back to Vox Special Men's Edition, Give HIV the Finger. My name is Adesope Olajide. Again, I'm still joined in the studio by Junior Adeosun, the incredible Kelechi, and of course our guest from Terrence Higgins Trust, Taku. We were having a brief conversation before we went on break, but I wanted to follow on from that conversation and throw the question to the floor. Maybe you would have some nuggets to add to that. Now, Kelechi and Junior, even though Junior is married, but let's talk about this in a general sense. Yeah. If you were aware that someone was HIV positive but was still interested in that person, would you carry on in a relationship with them?
Junior, answer first.
Well, even though, I'm married.
Yes.
Yeah, but even though I'm married, or if you want to take the fact that I'm married aside,
how would you feel about it?
Yeah, people need to take out the fear of HIV, knowing that there's treatment that can, suppress whatever viruses can come with it. A lot of people don't know that you can still live 50 years even if you have HIV. A lot of people don't know that kissing, hugging, having a day-to-day relationship with someone with HIV is okay. People don't know that. The minute they hear, that person is HIV, they want to run away or stay away from that person. That's the mentality. And people just need to be educated. You can get treatment, and you have opportunity of living even longer.
Kelechi, your thoughts on, because I know what it's, what the stigma has been, especially within the African community, knowing fully well that somebody was HIV positive. What would your thoughts be around being in a relationship with that person?
I mean, positive thoughts, to be honest. You need to stand by the person. The person is already going through a lot. Even dating the person is even stigmatization.
Yes.
You understand? So, like Junior has said, there are a lot of stopgap measures with the PrEP and the PEP. One is PEP, one is PrEP. I'm yet to get the full meaning, but I know that they are all PEP something.
Before we get to that, we're talking about...
Can I also say something?
Yes.
Mr. Taku, is it right to say, even though the person is HIV positive, you can still have unprotected sex with the person? Even though I know she's HIV positive and she's under medication, she has to be under medication, of course. Is it still safe to have unprotected sex?
Yeah, so I think that's a very, very good area to focus on. I think, so if we just go back a bit, so like we said earlier, so somebody who is on effective HIV treatment cannot pass it on. What does that actually mean? So the whole point of HIV treatment is to lower the virus in somebody's body to a point where it's really low that it cannot do damage to somebody's immune system.
Yeah.
That is the point of HIV treatment. So what has been looked at now is that when somebody is on treatment and it has effectively pushed the levels of the virus to a point where it's called an undetectable viral load, so it's very, very low. When it's really low at that point, and they've had that undetectable viral load for about 6 months, they cannot pass it on. So what does that mean? It means if you have sex with somebody who's got HIV and they've had an undetectable viral load for at least 6 months, they cannot pass it on. So it is possible. This is one of the ways where people were having couples where one has got HIV and the other one doesn't have, and they're able to have children. It is because of this.
Children are not positive.
That children who do not have HIV.
No, but what if in the case whereby, even me, myself, doctor say, take your medicine 3 times a day, and sometimes I forget. Does it affect the viral load? And some of us are club people, go to club. You take the medicine, you go to club, you drink, you shack. The medicine will not work. With the load be fluctuating. My brother, there it is. We have to talk about these things. You understand? We're African men, you understand?
Do you know why we talked about the 6 months? Why we talked about the 6 months as one of the key areas that they're looking at is just to say at that time, some people would miss a pill in a day, for example, and it won't immediately just come back because you're taking medication all the other time into your body, so it builds up. it builds up. So you have to be really off your medication for a while for you to then bounce, for the virus to bounce back. So what is quite important as a message to people who are HIV positive is to ensure that every time you have to take your medication, because for you to have an undetectable viral load and not be able to pass it on, you have to stick to your medication. So yes, it's important that people stick to their medication, because without doing that, then eventually the virus would come back. So we've had cases where maybe sometimes people feel they take their medication and sometimes they feel that they feel better. So it's time to push back on it. Once you're on your HIV medication, you have to really take it for life at the moment.
I know you were talking about, the test that was done between couples where one had and one didn't have. Obviously, this is the men's edition of VOX Special. The men, when it comes to relationships, protection, condoms, in most cases, might be a problem. Some people are comfortable with it, others are not. Some, because of the fact that they might have size issues. Nothing that
That's what they all say.
No idea with that. But talk to me about the variations in terms of protection that's out there at the moment, especially for men.
Well, let's go back to the condom. I think the condom has been around for a long time, and sometimes when people hear about condoms, they're like, yeah, I've heard all about that. What's fantastic actually is when we think of condoms, there are different types of condoms. And it means actually for men out there, if you're not comfortable with the condom you're using right now, maybe actually there's another condom that you could be trying, which would actually make it easier for you. So I'll list 3 things. So first, when it comes to condoms, some people say they don't feel this, they don't get the sensation that they want. There are different material condoms, some which are much thinner. The ones which are thinner, some people say they give them more sensation.
You won't break.
They won't break. Absolutely won't break.
Okay. No, you have to ask these questions. Viewers, you have to ask these questions.
So it definitely won't break. It's been tested to make sure that it doesn't break. On the other side, you also want to be thinking about size. I know this is where we always have people saying, oh, maybe I don't have the right size for me. There are different sizes of condoms. There is the regular condom that we which most people fit within that. There are bigger ones for people who say sometimes need bigger condoms, but there are even smaller ones as well for people. So it is quite important that people know that there are all these different kinds of condoms. So we've said there is different materials, thinner or smaller. Then there is different sizes, and then the other one is when it comes to material. So some people say, I get a bit of itchiness, so I don't want to use condoms because I get itchiness. Sometimes that might be a sign of latex allergy. So there are latex-free condoms that people can also try. That means that you can still use condoms and not worry about getting any itchiness. The one thing that I would really want to throw in there is to use lube. So lubrication, which comes with condoms, is quite an important thing.
Lubrication comes with condoms.
You can buy a lube sachet or a bottle that you can use with your condoms. That means that they work better. And from what I hear, some ladies think that it's even better for them. So,
Hey, Professor, it's okay.
Thank you very much for that. But I wanted to quickly talk to you because I know the campaign for HIV Testing Week, which regularly comes in every November, every year, is coming up within the next couple of weeks. Tell us a little bit about that and provide as much information as possible for not only the men out there, but everybody watching us today.
Well, I think National HIV Testing Week is a fantastic opportunity for people to get tested. So what we're trying to do, every November we say to people, if you haven't tested, this is a great chance. Go out and get tested. Why? If you get tested, you will know whether you've got HIV or not. If you don't have HIV, you can take ways to stay negative. If you have HIV, it means you can access life-saving treatment, which can keep you healthy for the rest of your life. Treatment is free in the UK. It's free of charge, and actually as well, they won't ask too many questions about your immigration status, because it is important that anyone who's got HIV receives treatment. So if you have HIV and maybe your papers are not in order, don't let that stop you from trying to go and get treatment. They will give you the treatment. So that's one of the most important things. Testing week, when it starts, what I would like to encourage other men to do is to let's go and talk to other guys. Let's go and try to encourage each other to get tested. So many people are living with HIV and they're having really nice, healthy lives. And I would just like to say, let us never forget, there are now so many ways of stopping HIV, and we should ensure that we are making use of those. If you're not sure about how you can protect yourself, you can go to the Starts With Me website, which is startswithme.org.uk. There is lots of information there. You can go to the Terrence Higgins Trust website. There is lots of information as well, which is tht.org.uk. African men at the moment, you can actually go to the Terrence Higgins Trust website and order a self-testing kit, the one that you do yourself, and read your own result. It's free of charge. You can receive it. You can either have it delivered to your house. If you don't want it delivered to your house, you can pick anywhere else. So we do click and collect. So you can choose from lots of different click and collect places, and then you receive the test kit and do the test yourself. So testing week is coming up, and we'll be saying to people, give HIV the finger.
It's very simple.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Taku, for joining us here. And of course, Junior Adesope and Kelechi.
Thank you very much.
Adesope Olajide in this Vox Special Men's Edition. As Taku simply said, join us in giving HIV the finger.